Hey Gorlies! It's Alana.
And Billy.
How are we doing today?
Lovely.
So, this will come out. This is our 4th episode?
Yes.
4th? Hey.
Episode 4, baby!
Hey! So, today, in honor of a lot of people going back to school, and when this comes out, we would have just gone back.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. The week of.
It'll be our first week.
Yeah.
I would have only had like 3 classes because I would have only been to school one day.
I would have been to school twice.
Do you have school every day?
Monday through Thursday. Just one class, and they're at weird times.
I only have school 2 times a day, and on Tuesdays, my classes are from 8 a.m. to 2, and then Thursdays, my classes are from 8 a.m. to 12. So I have, like, not even full school.
Yeah, I just have one class each day. Monday and Wednesday, it's 5 to 6:20, and then...
PM.
And then Tuesday, Thursday, 2 to 3:20. They're really weird times.
At least you can sleep in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start getting up at 8 a.m. this week.
Oh.
And, like, well, no, I'm gonna have to start getting up at 7, because that's when I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah, because classes start at 8, so...
That's fine. I only have class 2 days a week. And I have 2 online classes.
Yeah. I have 3 online and 2 in person.
But in honor of us going back to school and all y'all going back to school,
unless you graduated and you're paying off a mortgage, then
that's an L for you. But well, this is our senior year episode. So we graduated last year, 2024.
It's class of 24.
We were, something funny, we were class of 24 with 24 students.
Graduated on the 24th.
And we graduated on the 24th. And that's like crazy. And we had exactly 12 girls and 12 boys.
Yeah.
Kinda crazy.
So crazy.
So yes, but
So crazy.
we thought we would start off by starting at the very beginning.
In the beginning.
On our first day of senior year with our senior sunrise.
Yeah.
Senior sunrise, we were late.
We were late because...
I had to drive all the way here.
You had to come pick me up because I could not drive yet.
And I got lost and had to do a U-turn in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But we were like a minute late and they were like, alright, we're done with senior sunrise. Waffle
Yeah, because
House."
they did it for like probably like 5 minutes and then they realized how... It wasn't stupid, but it's like...
When you do a senior sunrise, they plan like you have games, you have things to do.
Yeah, but it's like a school run thing.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Okay, it's on school campuses for a lot of people, but it's not a school run thing.
Well, like, it's more put together.
Yeah.
Unlike...
With where we went...
We were not allowed on campus because it was a liability issue.
Or at our school, we're not allowed on campus until 7:20 in the morning. And in all honesty, that's like late. I got dropped off at school when I was younger. Like, I would get there at like 7 a.m. and school started at 8. Like, my bus would drop me off at 7 a.m. because it had a second round to do.
Yeah.
I was the early bus.
So fun.
Loved being a country kid.
I never took the bus to school.
Yeah, we didn't have buses.
We didn't have buses, but also at my old school we didn't. Or we did, but there was no point because it's literally right down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I was like a mile away from my school. It was just easier. Senior sunrise, we were late.
Yeah. The sunrise was pretty though.
It was very pretty. Our friend Emma couldn't go.
Because she lives out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. So we went with another one of our friends, and we did that, and then we went and ate Waffle House. Honestly,
it wasn't bad.
I've had Waffle House more in the past year than I have in my entire life.
You're welcome.
Like, I'm not even joking. It's because I've had it like 2 or 3 times with y'all. I've had it multiple times with people from work.
I had it graduation night.
I did not. I had a random Mexican restaurant that they had to order for me so that they would actually make my food.
How nice.
Do you remember when you helped me put all my stuff from my table?
Yeah, because they all left you?
My entire family went to dinner, which was fine.
To be fair, if I wasn't the one graduating, I would have left right after.
They went to dinner, and I was still there because I wanted to say bye to some friends, but we had, like, tables set up.
And you had to take everything down before you left.
Everything down. And Mr. K did help me. He, like, helped me with my table and stuff. He didn't make me move my table.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a lot of crap to take care of.
And I just threw it on my car.
Yeah.
It was in my car for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take it out. I was like, no, this is ridiculous.
Crazy.
But we keep on getting distracted.
Senior sunrise.
I mean, it was fun. It was a good way to start the year.
Yeah.
It was really awkward, though.
Yeah, after we ate Waffle House, we just hung out in the parking lot.
No, we
Racetrack.
couldn't.
We went to
Racetrack. Yeah.
And then we were riding on a penny board. That's like all I remember is the penny board.
There are a couple pictures. Then we went to classes and it's just a normal day. So then we wanted to talk about speech. I love speech.
It was so fun. I'm gonna miss speech and drama. Drama was fun.
Miss Wee Wee. We love you so much. I don't even know if you've listened to the pod yet.
Well, we'll send her this episode.
Yeah.
That's fine. She'll listen to it right now. And if she's not, I know where you live.
Emma knows where she lives.
Oh yeah, she does.
Emma went to her house and got ready for graduation.
Yeah. We know where you live.
That's crazy. It's like, that's our own ASMR right there.
Yeah.
We know where you live. That's a throwback to last episode.
Oh, callback.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Speech. I don't like public speaking.
I hate it.
Like, this I'm fine with because it's me and you having a conversation and that's just there and I'm just ignoring it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when I have to do it at church, I'm, like, shaking.
Yeah. When we were doing this, like, little mock concert for band, like, for, like, the senior...
Wasn't it for the kids?
No, it's for the kids. It's for, like, 3rd graders.
Yeah.
But, the seniors were, like... half of us conducted and the 2 boys conducted and the 2 girls did the little introduction to the song.
I feel like one of the guys should have did the introduction with the other girl and you should have conducted. Because they know you.
Yeah, but here we are.
They said no.
No, because they had, like, it all planned out from the beginning and I was just like, I guess I'll introduce it. I don't care. Because it was like, it was for 3rd graders. It was...
They're kids, though.
Yeah, but it's not important. But they're also insanely judgmental. So the first one goes, and she also had no idea what to do because we were told about this the day before that we were speaking, and so I was like, we both had no idea what to do. But she gets up there, she does like a little like a good intro.
With kids.
She's so good with kids.
The other girl
I am not.
She's so good with kids. She wants to be a teacher. Like,
she was made for that.
You...
Absolutely, hands down.
That's your calling.
Definitely not mine.
Not Bailey's.
Yeah, okay, so she gets up, she does this little, like, sort of monologue about the song. Like, just really, like, off the cuff. And then we play through the song, and then I go from my little back corner all the way up to the front, and I stand there, and I look at Mr. P, and I'm like, so this song... is called whatever, and then I just ran to the back. I, like, blanked, because, like, Helen was, I talked to Helen after it, and she was like, I was like, my voice started cracking, and I freaked out, and, and she was like, yeah, no, I would have done the same thing, but...
No, she wouldn't have.
You know, she would not have, but...
She says, oh my gosh, I would have done the same thing. No, you would not have.
No.
You are so good with kids. You are so good at that. Don't even.
But, like, it was so, like, it wasn't embarrassing, but it was at the same time.
It's not embarrassing, it's just, like, nerve-wracking.
I was just, like, I was more frustrated with myself. I just looked at Mr. P, I was like, what did you expect? Like, I was given 24 hours to prepare for this, and I did not... Like, what am I supposed to say about a song that I've been practicing for, like, 2 weeks, and I'm like, I don't know, but it's like, whatever.
Oh, I love this song. It's such a good song. This song makes me feel this way. This song makes me feel this way. That's how you're supposed to introduce a song.
Yeah, we were given no, like, parameters. Just go up there, say the song, who it's by, and then maybe a little something. Like, I tried to add a little something. It did not work out. I was like, That
was me, like, the first time I spoke at church. Do you remember when I talked to you about that?
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was reading until the day before. I went home and wrote my little thing. Didn't understand what I was reading. The guy went up, the main musician guy, he started talking and was like, the verses that Alana's about to read, because I told him I didn't know what was happening. He gave like a little thing about it, and I was like, went up there, I was like, I just love what you said before you sang. Like, it touched my heart.
And then you went straight into reading.
And then I was like, oh yeah, this, and this. I mean, this last time I actually had like a little thing because I felt very convicted, but I don't know why. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, yeah, I don't think Miss Wee Wee would have been too impressed by my performance.
She would not have. So yeah. So, our media class.
Okay, let's preface this. It has gone downhill since I did it significantly. Like, every year it goes through a different teacher, but this last one... Like no, he did it when I did it. But he decided to take it more seriously after.
Yes. I took this class as a joke class because I was like, I just need another class to, like, pad.
It should be an easy 100.
I never got a 100. I got like a 94 to a 96. I never got a 100.
Which is not terrible. But no, for it being an elective class.
But for that being an elective, and but I mean, I got a 99 in yearbook all year. So I took media with one of my kids. Not actually my kid. Love you, babe. I took media with her. And we went into it. I went into it as a joke class. She was like, I just needed another easy class.
I warned you. I warned both of you to not take this.
That class, it wasn't hard. She was failing at one point, though.
No, she was not.
Yes, she was.
Oh.
She was failing. She had a D for like a good solid 2 weeks.
Okay, but could she have controlled that, though? Because I know some people did not do well in that class, and it wasn't their fault.
She couldn't have controlled it because he was just grading stupidly. The only reason that he graded really well for me is because I was like, can you help me with this?
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I needed a good grade.
So you acted stupid?
Yep.
I mean, if it works, it works.
So yeah, media was something.
Yeah. When I did it my first year, it was just a graphic design class. So we were just using Canva all day. Making stupid little thingies that were fun.
We did that too, but he like took the class so seriously.
When I took it with him the first time, he forced us to use Photoshop, and none of us knew how to use it.
Yeah, he tried to get me to use Photoshop one time, and I went, I only know how to use Canva. He went, how do you not know how to use Photoshop? And I was like...
Okay, but if you've seen the stuff that he makes using Photoshop, it looks like a 5-year-old did it.
Terrible.
So he doesn't even know how that works.
No.
I was like, I kind of do, but at the same time, I'm not gonna... If I want something to look good, I'm gonna do it in Canva.
I'm gonna go get the pre-made template for me.
Like, not even that, but it's just like the tools are so much more like easier to understand.
I use Canva every week because I make the church Instagram post. You gonna talk about how you got your license, and then we went to...
So, I got my license this year.
It took Bailey forever to get her license.
Okay, it was not my fault. I would have gotten it over the summer. But things happen. Yeah. We can talk to the therapist about that one.
She retested for her permit.
I didn't retest, I just had to go get it renewed. Like, that fall. But, so, I went and got my permit. We waited in line for like 3 hours, and the guy who went before me totaled his car during the test, and the chick that was supposed to take me for a drive walks in through the back and is screaming, like, I quit! I can't do this crap anymore! And then just storms off. And everyone's sitting in there like, okay. And then like 20 minutes.
Where did you go? Oh.
Yeah. We were sitting there for like 20 more minutes, and then another lady comes out, we do the thing, literally 5 minutes later, boom, you passed, yay. Then that Friday, after school, me and you decided to take a little trip to our local Dunkin'. We had time to kill. So, we went there, saw our friend, after waiting for an hour.
Zeke got tapped by a car.
I love that story. We can't tell it.
We can tell it.
We can, but...
There was someone in our school.
We have several stories about this person's driving, by the way.
who tapped Zeke with our car. She also used to park by me like every single day. She would park so close to me. And this is when I had Curly. So I used to drive a Sequoia before I totaled my Sequoia.
Gravity took hold of her and threw her to the ground.
Threw him to the ground. Curly's a him.
Curly. Him.
Gladys is a girl. Curly looked like a boy car. Like he was a boy.
Yeah.
You know? He was just like, you're a big manly boy.
You're a big strong man boy.
So Curly, I had Curly, and she parked so close to Curly, and that, like, she'd to back up for Zeke to even get into the car.
Are you serious?
Yes!
I would have just waited for her to leave.
I made Zeke climb in through the back so many days because I didn't want her backing up next to me because she almost hit me every single day.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Do you want to talk about the chicken or no?
The chicken? We can.
I don't know what all that story. I don't really know all that story.
Yeah, you were there for the parking lot bit.
I don't remember it.
I think you had to have been there.
I was probably there. I probably just don't remember.
Yeah. So, for drama one day, one of our good friends brought, well, there was only 3 of us seniors in drama, and so we were doing a skit. I think they were solo speeches, actually. But she brought this chicken.
I have a video of that in our photo circle.
Right. So she brought, like, a bunch of props to this, like, solo speech thing or whatever. And so she had this,
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. Guys, I'm in a knee brace.
So, she brought this chicken as one of her little props. And so, after her speech is done, whatever, I think she was kicking it around the parking lot. And then she kicked it in front of one of our friends' cars. And so I ran out, stole the chicken, and then I forgot where I put it the first time.
I thought we put it in your trunk.
We put it in your trunk? We put it in my trunk, and then I brought it home for the weekend, and I, like, took ransom pictures of it. Like, I tied a bandana around its face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I brought it back to school that next week with, I think the bandana was still on its face. I have no idea. But, so yeah, we were throwing it around the parking lot once I pulled him out of, I think I had it stuffed in my glove box, to be completely honest.
Probably.
Or I had him buckled up in the passenger seat. It was something weird. I don't know. So we were throwing it around the parking lot, and then we gave it to one of our friend's siblings. And then this is when we lose track of the chicken, because apparently she took it from him and then threw it at my car as we were leaving. I have I never heard a squeak of this little chicken, and so there was someone else that said that they saw it.
I didn't see it ever.
It wasn't you. I think it was your child said that she saw it.
My child,
Yeah.
or like James and Z?
No, not them.
Oh.
Your child. I think she might have. She was there. I remember she was there.
Oh, I don't remember. Emma says hi.
Hi.
Hi, Emma. She wanted us to tell our listeners.
That's nice.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's the story of the chicken. Hasn't been seen since. Could be up under one of our cars for all we know. No idea.
Hopefully it's not under mine. Next story. Fall retreat. So we do
That's all you.
That's me. So we do a fall retreat every year with our school because we don't get fall break.
We do.
Well, we do. It's 2
optional.
days. It's fall retreat. So it's with the church that our school is affiliated with. Fall retreat. Bailey never went because Bailey hates us.
I went in middle school.
Bailey, her birthday lands right there, and my birthday's the week before.
Yeah.
So Bailey just never went because she hates us. We had like a lot of guys that came with us that we used to go to school with. The girls, they brought us all to Culver's, and we left the guys at the camp. Don't ask me why.
It's just a tradition.
It makes sense that we just leave the guys there and the girls go. But, the guys, while we were coming back, and, like, we knew they were going to do something. Like, we knew they were.
Every year.
Made sense. Every year they do. This year they brought fireworks. And we're setting off fireworks and running at us. And a lot of the middle school girls were, like, freaking out.
Oh, no. I forgot they mixed.
They mixed junior and senior high this year.
That's so stupid. That's another reason why I didn't want to go. Just because it was going to be crowded no matter what.
That was really funny because there were videos of them just, like, running at us. James felt so bad. James was like, I just felt really bad that I was scaring the girls.
It's fun.
He's like, it's okay, buddy. He's like, no, I felt bad.
Aww.
He also hated fall retreat. He hated it.
Really? I always said, like, the first year is usually, like, the most chaotic and weird. The second year is usually the best. Especially if you're, like, new to the school.
I had a good time first and second year. And those were the only two that I went to.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were fun. So let's get off the topic of fall retreat
because we've been here forever?
Yes.
Was it a reel that we sent?
Yeah, there was a reel that I don't remember who sent it to who, but it was about Helen Keller. Y'all heard us talk about Helen Keller in the past, and we're like, we'll talk about that later, we'll talk about that later, we'll talk about that later. Bailey.
I was tired and exhausted.
Bailey was exhausted. It was like 12 o'clock on like a Thursday.
Yeah, it was not a good day.
It was like, we were both exhausted, and she went, I don't think Helen Keller's real. And I was like, what?
Like,
so we got into
no
the whole
way,
thing.
Man.
And then the next day, we were talking about it at school.
I was sick that day as well, because this was right before the ARC trip.
Yes, you were sick.
I got really sick that morning and for the next week.
Yeah, I didn't go on that trip. We were talking about it and it was a whole class discussion, and Miss Wee Wee,
love you, babe,
she thought we were all dumb.
She went off.
She was, I think you were actually concerned for our well-being at that point.
I don't blame you either.
I don't blame you. And that's what
I would be too.
Yeah, but there's a whole running bit the entirety of the year that anytime we were bored, we would bring up Helen Keller.
Helen Keller is not real. By the end of the year, she showed us a video of Helen talking, just to prove that yes, she could speak. And yes, she was an activist for the blind and deaf. Somehow. My
mom told me one time that I should strive to be like Helen Keller because she overcame her disabilities.
You need to overcome your disabilities.
And I went,
medication.
I went, how did she overcome her being blind and deaf?
If she wasn't real.
I was like,
she's
you
a fraud.
I went, you can't overcome that unless you're saying she's fake.
No. Well,
and then the other day,
even at the time, there was no medical way you could
yeah.
There was no hearing aids.
Yeah.
There was not really any eye surgery that worked, and even still no.
It also low-key freaks me out. Helen Keller was alive in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When did she die?
In the 60s?
In the 60s, okay. I thought she died in the 70s. No, I was thinking of Rosa Parks. She died in 2008.
Rosa Parks could have watched Shrek.
Hopefully she went to a disco before.
She was alive during the first
all of the wars.
The telephone.
Oh. Sliced bread.
Sliced bread?
Betty White was born 5 years before sliced bread was invented.
When Betty White died, I cried.
That was tragic because it was the day before her 100th birthday.
Yes.
She was so close to making it.
I called Casey and told her that she died.
Oh. Why didn't you let the news break that to her? I would have rather the news told me that than
we were
a loved
screaming.
One. That is
we were so
tragic. R.I.P. Betty White. Stay golden, queen.
Homecoming.
Homecoming
was not real.
It was so chaotic. The setup process.
To start off, I wasn't gonna go to homecoming.
Yeah, you had a trip that got canceled
I
midway
was on the trip and we had to go home early because we had a freak snowstorm.
Yeah. For
the first time in frickin' Tennessee.
Yeah, because people were freaking out that oh, we might not be able to have homecoming because of it. It didn't snow till the next day.
God, I would have rather not had homecoming.
It was a disaster. My knees almost locked on stage several times because the stairs were so thin, and the guy that I was standing to kept flexing his arm.
At least the guy that you were standing with actually, like, held your arm instead of, like...
I wish he didn't. Anyways.
We did the setup process.
As in, we watched the parents do it because they wouldn't let us help.
We did
Barely.
stuff.
Well, yeah, but I left for like 20 minutes with... Because we were supposed to go pick up stuff at Hobby Lobby, but we actually didn't need to. And then we ended up going to get coffee. I didn't get anything. But I just wanted to leave.
Bailey went and got coffee and left us there.
Yeah, I was asked and I was not thinking, so I was like, yeah, sure. Not a thought in my brain. I was just like, get me out of here, please.
It rained really hard the day that we set up. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because I had to run out with one of our friends to go get her dress from her car as it was pouring. I think Emma went with us too. Emma was there. But yeah.
I mean, once we did homecoming, it was fine. They were like trying to get me to stay and set up, and I said no. Or like stay and tear down.
Oh, I went to my car and just hid for like 10 minutes and changed my shoes.
I left.
Because I had to go play for pet band.
I left.
For 2 hours.
I went to Cane's.
I went to Dunkin' after the games and then almost... I tried to take a nap in my car because I was like, there's no point in going home. Okay, so first we went to Maggiano's, and turns out we had to make a reservation in advance, even though over the phone the week before they were like, oh, y'all can just come and show up. Like, this is like a nice restaurant in Nashville.
Yeah.
And they're like...
I've been, and they wouldn't let us do... I've gone for my birthday, we had like 20 people.
Yeah, but they were like, oh yeah, you don't need a reservation. Apparently for a group that was 23 plus people, we're like, you need a reservation. But also it was like Saturday night. It would have been busy.
I feel like
so
they
should have let us make a reservation just because it's a large group. We drove a bus all the way out to get there.
Yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, the prison bus, actually. No, it wasn't the prison bus, it was the nice bus.
Yeah.
So we go all the way upstairs to make the reservation for them to just be like, oh, there's nothing we can do. Y'all are gonna have to wait like an hour. And so we go back down to the lobby. We're sitting there. A couple goes to the family bathroom and they do a little dance in there, and we're all watching. And they do this in front of a bunch of kids, and then like the guys that were standing in front of the like door, or like were facing the door, could see two hands pressed up against it because it's like a tinted, like a frosted glass window. So we witnessed some things that a good Christian school should never witness.
I'm floored.
It was...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought we told you.
No.
I
didn't talk much about it because, okay.
It was
we
Okay.
had homecoming, and then we were out a full week.
Yeah, because it snowed.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Where did y'all end up eating at Maggiano's?
We left right when they said they had tables ready. For at least, like, one of our group. Because it was like, oh, divide up into, like, 6 people. Or groups of 6.
That's just dumb.
It was really dumb, and whatever. But we ended up just leaving and going to Carrabba's.
I've never been to Gorlies, I don't think.
It was good. There was these 2 ladies sitting behind us, like these 2 older women, and they came up to us, like, when they were leaving. And they were like, oh, something about Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It wasn't Tuesday, it was Saturday. But she was like, or no, I think it was the 2nd day of the month. No, there's no way. I don't know, it was really weird, but something about 2s, and then she gave us all $2 bills. Randomly. Good thing they weren't laced with fentanyl, but we took them.
Hey, if someone offers you money, do not take it, because they could be laced with fentanyl now, because people are crazy.
Yeah. But that was our Carrabba's experience. Very boring.
Yeah. Competition.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about competition?
We can't. The episode's getting really long.
It's gonna be a long episode.
Okay. It's fine. Competition. So, we both did speech, where we did court speaking, And then I was also in band. So, the speech. Okay. We did Horton Hears a Who for our choric.
Horton Hears a Who.
Written by Dr. Seuss. And we all hated it, like, by the end of it.
I hate Horton Hears a Who now.
Like, I could never watch that movie.
I can watch a movie. I can't, like, I will have to say the lines, though.
Horton Hears a Who written. Or, like, Seussical.
I hate Seussical.
Because it's taken straight from Seussical.
It is.
Yeah,
All the that you're on dangerous trail. Because we want to evolve free.
yeah, kangaroo, flowers can be. Just think. I'm thinking about it. He was flashing. Slash.
Great love. He said, he looked. He could see nothing there. There's no circle. Has to be here. We're gonna stop. We're gonna speed up.
Yeah. It's like ingrained in our memories in the worst way.
Yeah.
I had a lot of stress attached to it because the day before, or the morning of, our main guy Horton was not there, and I was Horton's understudy, which I found out like the week before.
Yeah.
Just in case they
because
didn't
this
show
person missed a lot of school.
Yeah.
And I know you listen. So you missed a lot of school.
She's very aware. But
30 days is crazy.
I wish I could have gotten away with that.
Yet
here we are.
It's crazy.
But, so, yeah, I was stressing out for a solid 5 minutes, and then they showed up, and life was great. Was it great? It was not great. We got there, we did our thing after waiting for like 3 hours. We got McDonald's before, or after.
It was like 5 hours.
It was a while. Whatever.
We were watching the other
Did we get McDonald's before or after?
Before.
Okay. We walked all the way to McDonald's because we were all starving.
Mr. K just watched us.
Yeah. He took us to the stop sign and then he left.
He was like, I'll watch you, don't worry.
And then he's gone. We're like, okay. Well, his kid was with us.
His kid was trying to get us to walk to Sonic.
Our child... I would have rather had Sonic. Sonic was just, like, slightly further away.
Mr. K said no.
Mr. K said no. So we went to Mickey D's. It was great.
Competition was terrible.
So then we go up there, we do our thing. Not well.
And then we were stuck for 3 more hours.
Yeah. Miss Wee Wee was proud of us. Because she watched over Zoom. Or not Zoom, over FaceTime.
It was awful.
Never again will I do that. And then, well, we had to do it again at State.
We had to do it again.
We did State. State was worse. Because they didn't know we were done. So we were just standing there. And then she started clapping.
She was like... And then I was like, oh.
Oh, right.
Competition was terrible.
And then for band was a lot less nerve-wracking for several reasons. Because I didn't have to speak. I did have a solo that I messed up at districts several times. And then, yeah, we went to nationals. Nationals for me has been terrible for the past, 2 years. Without fail, I will be violently ill for the majority of the time.
I get a text from Bailey on the way down. I'm sick.
So, yeah, that was great. But, yeah. We got first this last year. I almost passed out on stage again, but it's fine. And then, at least I got to make it to the ceremony this year, though. Because the last year I was just, in the dorm dying. This is so fun. Also, these dorms at this college are, prison cells.
I want to say the college so bad.
We could, because there's probably, so much controversy with them. But maybe we should not. Just to avoid cease and desists. At least you never had to go there, okay?
But their entire history is terrible. It's
awful. So
they called me the other day. Did I tell you that?
No.
They called me and were like, do you want to go to our college? I said, no thank you, and hung up. And then they asked me how can they pray for me. And
I hate it when they do that.
I went, I'm good. Yeah. As a Christian, I don't want that school praying for me.
I got a lot of bad juju there.
So yeah. Our next topic is Dookie.
Dookie! Our CPR dummy.
So we had to learn how to do CPR in health class.
Did we learn how to do it? Not very well, but we did.
Are you okay?
Are you breathing?
Can I touch you? Found a CPR dummy head, and we took him every day in speech, and he came and hung out with us.
He had a tongue at one point.
We gave him a tongue.
We did his makeup.
We did his makeup. We gave him water.
I saw that video. She poured water in him and just went
And I was like...
It was like a loud noise too. It was like a gush.
I have 0.5s of Dookie. I have pictures of me and Bailey with Dookie. We can post them. Don't worry.
Oh, please, yes. Dookie also has a brother that we bought on senior trip. Tookie's a little styrofoam head who is on my senior table.
Our next topic is senior skip day.
Senior skip day. The day that we were violently ill.
So we aren't allowed to have senior skip day. Like in public schools, you have like a designated senior skip day. We weren't allowed to do that.
No.
But everyone who still had days and didn't have a soccer game the next day or wasn't failing any classes skipped. Mm-hmm. I went that morning to take all the testing quizzes because conveniently every single testing quiz was scheduled for that day.
Because they knew. And
they were like, oh, if we schedule all the testing quizzes that day, it's fine. They'll all come in. I came in, took them all early, and then I left.
I was too sick to come in.
So I left at lunch, before lunch, and I went and picked them up a matcha for Emma.
Yeah.
And then I drove back and gave her matcha. And I was changing in the car.
Because we met up at Panda for lunch.
We met up at Panda Express. And met up with our other friend who got out at 1.
Yeah.
And then we went to Hobby Lobby and we painted cowboy hats.
Yeah. Cutesy little cowboy hat.
And then me and Bailey had to go back and pick up our siblings.
And this is where things get interesting because we both get a text in a group chat.
So for our class, we have a class group chat.
That we never texted in literally until this day.
The class group chat only went off if we had homework. What homework do we have?
Or
hey, does anyone have a Quizlet?
Okay, so we get a text from
says, y'all, Mr. K is apparently gonna make you make up the time if you skipped. Bailey sent the question mark. A guy in our class said cap. Bailey said, are you serious? Someone else said, the heck? Bailey said who? Another one of our friends said, I got permission from my dad to leave early. He's not going to do anything. I said, I got permission from my mom. She sent an email. Emma, who did not skip, said, when did he say that? This girl said, I saw 12 days left to miss. Another friend, where's the reliable source? Another girl, so I don't have to make time up. Bailey, yeah, same. I went, I have 8, that's stupid. Because I went on a couple vacations this year.
Yeah, but we still had, over a week of days that we could miss.
I had 8 days.
I had 2 weeks, I think.
So then says, Mr. M just heard him say it in the hallway. Bailey went, oh no. I went, give us all demerits. My mom gave me permission. Someone told her to stop yapping. Nothing's gonna happen. The same guy said, Mr. M didn't say anything. Stop whining because you can't skip anymore. Bailey said, for real, and amen. This guy said, Mr. M was in my room. Hello. Someone said, if you want to keep lying, we can take that to Mr. K. That sounds like a great idea. And then he said again, now she's gonna go to Mr. M for bullying her. Go for it. That's what he said. Someone else said, how do you know Mr. K said it if you heard it from Mr. M? And the guy said she didn't hear it from anyone but herself. So then Bailey found out from Fink.
Yeah, I knew what happened. We weren't involved in this at all. It was middle schoolers.
Mr. M was talking about the freshmen who were skipping his study hall. And then said, all I know is what I heard from Mr. M. I warned y'all.
And guess what happened?
And then
absolutely
she told us, she said, screw y'all, I was just trying to help. And then we gave her the love sign. We're like, love you.
Thanks.
So yes, senior skip day was eventful.
Very. What's next?
Last day of school.
Last day of school.
We took our math exam. And then
we cleaned out our lockers.
And
I don't remember anything about this day except for the last
We
2
went
hours.
to lunch, and we really didn't do anything. We were just kind of going around. We were finishing up our senior superlative pictures.
Yeah, we painted the back of our cars.
Painted the back of our cars. We painted Emma's boyfriend's car.
He also had a soccer signing that day.
Yes, he had a signing that day.
Mr. O gave me a box of envelopes to take to my dad, and I was carrying those around for like an hour.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't find a better time to do that.
We did. We gave Miss Weeby her present.
Yeah.
So 2 days
did.
before we gave her this present, I gave her a cake that said sorry about talking about Helen's so much.
Yeah.
And then Bailey got her what?
I got her a little Helen Keller doll. The official Helen Keller doll, actually.
I also have one.
Yeah.
I got one for graduation.
It's so cute.
And then we did our final run down the hallway.
Yeah.
So that was last day of senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And then
People cried. None of us did.
I did when I hugged Helen.
Yeah, Helen was crying. I was laughing at her. We were all like so tired though.
We were exhausted. I cried then.
You cried at graduation.
Oh!
You and Emma cried so
I was
much
a
at graduation.
mess at graduation.
Yeah, I think
We'll
I
get
was
to that in a minute though. We have senior trip now.
Senior trip.
Where did we go?
We went to Orlando. The bus ride, the first 2 days for me was awful. Because this is when we figured out that I get bus sick on only this one bus. It's the freaking prison bus that we have.
Yeah.
The new bus.
The new bus. That bus is terrible.
It's so small. It's smaller than I would have rather taken a yellow bus.
Yeah.
Instead we take the prison bus.
They're like, it's so much bigger. No,
it's not. The seats are
awful.
cement.
They're awful. Yellow buses have better, like, cushion.
Like, barely any, but it's still better.
Yeah. We left for Orlando at like 6 a.m. and got there at like
6 p.m.
6 p.m. It was a long day.
It was sunset. Because we had to walk.
We walked 3 miles.
So, at the place that the neighborhood that we were staying at.
I do not want to go into my story about it because I will get angry about it again.
So, at the place we were staying, they wouldn't allow buses in to where we were staying. But when we went to drop off the guys, because the guys were like closer to wherever we were.
Yeah.
So, we dropped them off first. They let us park the bus in front of their house for them to like unload. And so we drive like 5 minutes down the road to where we were staying. But at the gate, we got stopped and they were like, oh, y'all can't come in, like not even to unload or anything. Y'all have to you have to unload right here at the gate and then walk all the way to the house, which we were told was like a half mile away, which realistically
it was 0.3 miles.
0.3 miles.
Because it was 0.3. We were 3 miles away.
Mm-hmm. We were 0.3 miles away from
our turn.
Yeah. Our little turn that turned into like 50 turns. And
we had like all of our luggage.
All of our
and we
groceries.
went to the grocery store.
I had my guitar. And there was also a storm incoming.
Yes, it was raining.
So it wasn't raining until we got like a mile in to our trek. And then we just see lightning coming down. And it's like basically pitch black at this point. Because like we got to experience the beautiful sunset. And then we were like, oh, we'll be at the house by now. Nope.
We had like yogurt. Do you remember we had yogurt? We had sausage, bacon,
we lost,
eggs.
or someone dropped the maple syrup and
Allie dropped the syrup.
Allie dropped the syrup and it got everywhere. It
was awful.
Yeah, so
and everything was heavy. We had our suitcases.
Everything.
Bags,
everything we brought on that bus we had to take all the way down. So everybody was at least carrying like 50 pounds of just crap with them, if not more.
We did rent a car.
We rented a car after, it was like the second day we were there, we rented a car.
He literally...
He was like, we can't do this.
He was like, no.
Like, we got there It was like, we were walking for a solid, like, hour. What it felt like with all of our crap.
I think it was like 45 minutes.
It was a while. And it was downpouring, like, the last mile. So we were walking a mile in this rain. We cut through a neighborhood. Like, we cut through someone's yard.
Yeah, so...
Like, we were desperate. Like, we have to get all of our crap inside before everything's ruined. Because I had my guitar. That thing can't get wet. Mm-hmm. So, me and Emma are, like, running, singing the freaking road song from SpongeBob because we're going delusional. Because we've been on a bus for 12 hours. I was knocking on death's door, basically. Running in the rain... Holding an expensive piece of equipment and 50 pounds of luggage and crap, and Tukey, who is styrofoam. Tukey cannot get wet either. Mm-mm. So we're booking it through this rain, and then by the time we get to the house, we had like figured out who we were gonna room with, but we both decided that was out the window, and we were just gonna go take the Coco room because we had had enough. So yeah, and then. Yeah. That
walk back was hell.
Our friend lost her burrito.
She threw her
burrito because we went to the world's nastiest Chipotle, from what I heard.
Yes.
That was my first time having Chipotle, and I was not... It was sour.
It was bad.
It was sour.
I've been to Chipotle since then. Chipotle's you... Like crip. Okay. We went to... Where did we go? Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens. I was high on nausea meds the entire time. The strong ones Miss K gave me. And I was like
Those
knocked
were her
out.
Chemo meds.
Yeah, she gave me her chemo meds because of how nauseous I was. And that's all we had. Because we didn't
I had Dramamine.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't work on me. Like, barely. It worked on the way home, but also I slept the entire time.
It's because I gave you the one that knocked you out. I had two. When we went to places,
I think I took all the one that I bought, and then I had yours.
Every time I gave you Dramamine, and we were, like, out, I gave you my non-drowsy stuff, but on the way home, I gave you the drowsy stuff.
Just, like...
It was, like,
the entire
knocking her
so
out.
Nice. But, had the chemo nausea meds in my system, and me and... Julia were the designated bag holders because she doesn't like rides, and I was... either going to pass out because I was so tired or going to throw up because my stomach had not caught up to me since being on that bus for 12 hours. I was fine, like, by Wednesday, but it was
You were fine on Wednesday, and you were pretty fine on Thursday when we went to Universal. You just didn't do, like, the huge rides.
Yeah, because it was still, like, Like, every time we got on the bus and then got off, I was like, ooh, give me, like, 2 hours. Like, that bus was horrendous. But, yeah, a lot happened on that trip.
And then we went... So that was Tuesday, we went to Busch Gardens.
And Wednesday, we went to that hole-in-the-wall church.
We went to church.
Ezekiel 23, baby!
If y'all ever want to read something that
biblical smut.
Basically biblical smut.
The CSB version's the
CSB version is the best.
It's a doozy, that one.
It's very interesting. Thursday and Friday, we went to Universal.
That was so fun. Like, I loved Universal.
I love Universal.
Like, I wish the first day wasn't so, like, because I would have gone on the Rip Rocket. Because it looked so fun.
The Rip Rocket's one of my favorites. I'll find the picture of me on Shirka. Is that what it was?
The Shikra. We called it Shakira.
Shakira.
No, because it was me, Julia, and then Allie.
Because Allie passed out.
She was, like, out. Like, she ate her, like, little chicken dinner that she got at the...
She got the chicken tenders. You wanna know what I had? I had that chicken and funnel cake.
Yeah, you had funnel cake. I had a salad. Because I was still dying at the time. So, we're just sitting there. Oh my god. The game... guaranteed prize guaranteed. This Jamaican woman is running this, like, one of those, like, carnival scams.
Yeah, it's like a carnival game.
Wait.
Behind us.
Where? I have my Pokeball that I got at...
But it was
hiding
like,
under my bed.
Guaranteed prizes. Price guaranteed. And that was a constant. And we just looked at her and was like, are the prizes guaranteed?
Yes.
She was like,
$5. Or it was $15.
It was $15.
And to get anything bigger than a freaking Pokeball, you had to pay $30 because it doubles every time. And you have to have 3 people minimum. So it's $5 per person.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't, the card reader will not take less than 15. Allegedly. So, yeah, we all got scammed into playing this stupid little game.
That was fun. I had fun.
I was the last person to do it because I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And then me and Julia were so bored because we were sitting there because we were waiting for y'all to get off the ride.
We got stuck.
Yeah, y'all got stuck. I mean, I thought the line was just really long.
The line was really long.
Yeah, because the rides had all closed at the same time because there was like a freaking tropical storm that showed up and then went away.
There was a tropical storm that showed up and went away.
It was so funny.
So funny.
Because we had to grab all the bags that we were holding.
We texted John, we're like, there's a storm coming!
We ran upstairs to the, lookout place.
Yeah.
Anybody knows where that is.
There is a picture of me on the Shikra that was taken.
It's so
And
funny.
that picture, I love rides. I don't like it when my feet hang.
Yeah.
Like, I will get nervous before rides, but I'm never scared. When my feet are hanging...
That ride was so sketchy, though, because...
One of our other friends...
Mm-hmm. She almost died. The harness wasn't...
Her harness wasn't on.
No,
Correct.
it, flew up as they dropped, I'm pretty sure.
And our other friend, our number 1 fan, she...
one of our many number 1 fans.
Like, held on, and they almost fell out. And I was over here freaking... Well, she did, but she was, like, holding on to...
Yeah.
I was freaking out because I, again, do not like it when my feet hang. I'm very tall. I'm 5'11". My feet do not hang off of chairs. Like, my feet are always...
Because if your feet hang off the chairs, your feet are going to get cut off.
Like, it freaks me out, and I'm not used to it. Like, you know how people, like, kick their feet?
Mm-hmm. I do that.
I can't do that.
Dollywood. We've been to Dollywood.
I've never been to Dollywood.
You've never been to Dollywood? You live in Tennessee and you've never been to Dollywood? I'm calling Emma and we're going right now.
Okay.
Because me and Emma rode, the Eagle because she convinced me to do it. And it was so fun because she was just like, just scream the entire time and you'll be good. Like, if you just scream, you're fine.
But literally, I was so scared.
That was our bonding experience.
And there's a picture of me going like,
it was so funny.
I was praying. And then we went to Universal, and Universal was so fun.
So fun. My favorite ride was... I really like the Jimmy Fallon ride because it was the first one we did. The Jimmy Fallon ride is
so fun.
But what was the Hagrid's ride was the best one by far. The 2.5 hour wait was so worth it.
Yeah, when I was like, we're doing the Hagrid's.
Yeah, it was like we went the second day because that's when we did Islands of Adventure.
I love Hagrid's.
It was so fun.
The second day, though, it was raining. Do you remember when we started off and we went to Voodoo Donut and we just sat in there for like 30 minutes?
Yeah. Because
we hadn't like eaten very much and we're just hungry.
Yeah, we're just hungry because like all of our food had basically been eaten.
Yeah.
Because it was the last day. There was literally no point. The night before, we had eaten through like a loaf of bread because we made cheesy Turks.
We also...
Because we were starving.
We ate so much cookie dough.
We
ate 2 tubs in like a really long tube.
Yeah. But we're just girls. I hate it when people say that. I'm just a girl.
And then
it was funny for like the first week that was a thing. And I was like,
girl.
I'm just a girl. Like, shut up.
And then, are you ready for our last one?
Graduation week?
Grad week!
Woo!
So we got home from the senior trip and then the next week we were graduating. So...
Very chaotic. And there were grad parties in between.
Yes, we had a grad party the day after. We had 2. I went to 2.
Yeah.
So that, we came home on Saturday. I had a grad party, I think, that night. Saturday night. I don't remember if I went or not. That was a blur. Monday was the 6th grade graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Zeke's graduation, so I went to that. Tuesday I worked. Wednesday, baccalaureate. Mm-hmm. Thursday, gala. Friday, graduation. And then a bunch of grad parties that weekend.
Yeah, that weekend. Because the day after graduation, we went to Emma's. And then, I think it was the day after, we had... And then Allie's. Because Allie and hers were on the same day.
Mm-hmm. So that was...
Those are the last two I went to because I was like, I don't care.
It was a lot. You didn't go to that many grad parties.
I went to 4.
I went to a lot.
Baccalaureate.
Rained really bad that day.
Oh my god. We were all, like, swimming to get there.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
My grandma had just come into town, and that was terrible. And we had to be in all, like, our entire outfit.
Our funeral wear.
We had to wear black dress,
Pantyhose.
black hose,
Black
heels.
And then our judge.
And then our outfit. And it was a lot.
Judge gown.
That's when I ripped my robes.
Yeah, you did. And then you ripped your hose on graduation.
I think,
was it graduation or was it back?
Both.
Yeah, you went through 2 pairs.
I went through 3 pairs.
2 pairs in one night.
2 pairs in one night, 3 pairs in total.
Because then, was it your aunt? Or
my grandma?
Yeah, your grandma had to bring.
She brought me another pair of hose.
And then you ripped them.
Yeah. So we had that, and then Thursday was gala, and that's where you get a bunch of awards.
Yeah,
I got one.
Yeah, you got an award that you thought you shouldn't have gotten.
That I should not have gotten that award. It was like the merit award.
Yeah.
I got like 3 demerits last year.
I think you got one of yours taken away because it was from...
It was homework offenses.
Oh.
I did get a homework offense taken away because it was dumb that I got one.
Yeah, because I got one too. We got the same one.
I had this much left.
I forgot one question.
I had this much left of my 2-page paper. With my paper front and back. 3 lines!
She was crazy. Anyways.
So that was gala.
I got Best Percussion Award.
You did. That was such a long night.
Yeah, my brother and his girlfriend came that night. Like, they got here at, like, 12. So I was, like, half asleep, and my mom was like, Bailey, we have a surprise! I'm like, what?
Didn't you know he was coming to graduation?
No.
Oh.
Like, I figured. Like, I had that intuition.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whatever. And then I went downstairs, and I saw her suitcase, and was like, oh, yay!
Yay!
Can I go back to bed now? I was like, I think I still had my makeup on, and my hair was all just like poof. So I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Goodbye.
The thing is, we had to be up at school at 8 a.m. the next day.
And then...
So we had 8 a.m.
grad practice.
Then we had to set up our tables.
Yeah, my mom and sister set mine up during the practice.
See, me and Casey set mine up.
Yeah, and then... y'all had the lunch. I didn't go to the lunch because my dad couldn't go.
I had to go to the lunch and we had to give a speech. Did you? I cried during my speech.
I heard a lot of people did.
Yeah. Allie mentioned you and her speech, me and her speech, and I cried. And I was like, oh, I love going after Allie.
Yay!
Yeah. And then I went home.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I hung out with Miss Wee Wee.
Yeah, you did. Me, after we finished I met my mom and Fink and her sissy at
Fink and Sissy?
At Chick-fil-A, and Emma and
her boyfriend.
Met Emma and her boyfriend were also there, and so we were like, oh, hello.
We're
stalking you
to Target. And then we had graduation. I cried during graduation.
I teared up during Allie's speech.
I cried.
Allie's what did she call it? Valedictorian
speech.
Yeah, her valedictorian speech.
I cried during...
because I saw her dad, and her dad was crying.
I cried when I walked on stage.
You did.
I cried when Allie started speaking.
Mm.
I cried during the prayer. I cried when
I was trying not to fall asleep half the time.
When I went and hugged my mom, I cried. When we stood up for them to, like, clap for us, my mom and Casey were the first 2 people up in that entire building.
Aww.
And then I cried during that.
Yeah.
And then after we threw our hats, I cried when I saw my dad.
Your child?
Cried when I saw my child.
Miss Wee Wee? I think you cried.
I cried when I saw Miss Wee Wee. I cried.
You were all over the place.
I was crying. I cried. My cousin surprised me because I didn't know he was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I cried when they came, when I saw him.
It was a lot of emotions were going on.
Ava left in the middle of my graduation. The silence is so loud. I was all over the place.
Yeah, after we walked out together, cause like y'all got paired off at the end, and then you walk out, and there's a picture of us laughing
because I missed. Do you remember?
You missed?
I walked forward instead of I didn't turn.
Yeah, you didn't turn. Yeah. Mr. W grabbed you and pulled you. That's also sounds terrible. Yeah, no, you did start walking straight.
Yeah, because I forgot. Because I was crying.
Got the turn.
We also practiced for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it was the same thing at baccalaureate.
I messed up during baccalaureate too.
I didn't notice that one. I know you tripped during one of them.
I
think you tripped during baccalaureate.
And I started to go straight, and then I remembered.
Yeah.
But I forgot during graduation. I'm not the person to know. I wasn't really paying attention. It was 8 a.m. I had just gone to Starbucks. I went to Starbucks so many times during graduation, like you have no idea.
Yeah. No, I went to Dunkin' like all the time.
I literally sat at the Starbucks and wrote my speech for my parents.
As you do.
Well, a bunch of children walked in. We have to do a hot take or two. Hot take.
Hot take.
Hot takes! And then we're gonna end this hour-long episode. This is gonna be
I'm gonna cut 30 minutes out of this.
This is gonna be our longest episode yet.
Yeah. It's the fourth.
What are you? Oh, you're a hat.
You just de-hatted my bear.
Cut. Hot takes.
Hot takes. Hot take, graduation week should not be stressful.
I agree. Graduation week was one of the most stressful things I've ever endured in my life.
And then we're all like, this is like a turning point in your life. I'm like, yeah, no crap. Can we just like wrap this up, please? I feel like it's drug out more than it needs to be.
Dragged out?
Dragged? Drugging. Hot take. Hot takes. Hot takes.
They need to stop making Spider-Man movies.
What?
There are too many.
Well, yeah, but they're all like different.
Stop making new universes.
Yeah, but like the multiverse.
I don't know.
Like, have you not seen the animated ones?
No.
Yeah, I forgot you hate animation.
I don't hate animation.
Dude. You only like VeggieTales.
I love VeggieTales. I love like Pixar.
Hot takes. Stop sequels. Alana hates animation.
I love
Thank you and good night.
This episode was something.
It was something.
That was our senior year.
Yep. The senior special. Hope you guys have a great school year, and if you're not in school, have fun paying your mortgage.
We will see y'all next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.